one.
All right, I'm going to get this done in 3 minutes. Sparq7 for the linebackers. Here's what we've been doing. Throughout these 7 stations, we want to use all these pieces of equipment to teach fundamental things that these guys need. Obviously, we want to get in the meat and potatoes of camp. First one we do right after our dynamic warm-up, really start laying a foundation for lateral movement for these guys. So important that they learn how to shuffle and shuffle correctly. So we use cones to teach them to push where they need to go, sliding their feet on the ground, being quick and reactive with it. Use the bags in the more traditional way, as you've seen the agility bags, getting the guys to lift their feet over but still staying in an athletic posture and a linebacker stance. So split that station in half, have the guys flip-flop that 7 or 8 minutes, and get 4 minutes at each. We then transition to the med ball stuff, a lot of global, local, stave movements, a lot of push-ups, alternating push-ups. Again, anything that kind of gets them using an alternative piece of equipment that we have with this med ball, or even encourage them to use a basketball. Use something unstable so it combos with all the lifting that you're going to be able to do. I want to do one type of med ball ballistic type exercise too. It could be slamming the ball, it could be drop and jump. Again, the exercise doesn't matter as much as it does the idea, the concept. Use the ball, be aggressive, move it at the speed of the game. That's the stuff they're hearing from us. Max V pointers, for the most part, if we have the chutes, we'll use them. I kind of like that because the chutes get them to think abdominally. It has that band around them, but I want them fast and loose. I like that Pavel saying, fast and loose, that they can be fluid with their arms and legs and really let go. So important for this, 75% so we stay injury-free, but great way for them to start learning that there's a technique to running. Leads very well into what Coach Shaw's doing. It gives them 8 minutes of goal. Train speed, not just conditioning. That's to make sure they lead with. Like, hey, it's one thing to run gassers to get in shape. It's another thing to train speed. For some guys, this is just planting a seed that hopefully will get fertilized in college, hopefully. Pass rush fundamentals. We started doing this because it's been such a vibrant part of camp, and the guys have really loved it. 2 minutes, I got a minute left. It's a vibrant part of camp. We really want to teach 3 things there. The proper stance, so this is much to do with creating the proper foundation so they can apply force in the ground for a great first step, but also technically so they can be in position to make it tougher for offensive guy to block. I want them to learn how to disassociate their upper and lower bodies, and obviously be able to fetch that ball up before it hits the ground. Very basic stuff. It's really just about getting the guys competing and reacting off something. We then go to the old diehards, throw the hurdles down, and again, we just want to change the direction. How to transition from different skill sets. So for us at backers, we got a shuffle, we got a crossover run, we've got a back pedal, we got a sprint. Using the hurdles in a variety of formats, teaching the guys to do that. We'll have it straight ahead where they're just hopping over, sideways hop. Again, fun stuff, gets the guys moving. We also like staggering the lead hurdles. We can do cones with this too, but getting the guys to shuffle, moving it around, shuffle the crossover. Teaching them more than just going through these things, using the equipment, using it, so that they learn something that transfers and shows up on the grass. That's really that concept we want them to lead when it comes to learning change of direction and transitions. Last one, amplitude and frequency. Who gives 2 turtle doves if you're good at ladders? It's got to show up on the grass. We want to teach the guys to accelerate, get to the point of attack. Again, these are the terms we're going to use when we get teaching them football later on in camp. They come to the ladder, they come to balance, they quicken their feet, and then they accelerate out. So the concept, getting their feet narrow as they drive and push into the ground in order to cover ground, and then when they need to come to balance, they're in a formidable base, they widen their stance, and they quicken their feet so they can be reactive. Teaching the concept, using the same language, having them harness it, getting a little bit of wind going, a chance to compete, get to know each other, get to know us and trust us, really leads to a great next 3 hours of camp. So hopefully that covered everything. Give it a shot if you guys got more questions. 4 minutes.